and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to be trying to make fig Newtons. I have never made these before. My son we were in town the other day and he went to grab a package of raisins, and I was in a hurry and I didn't look at the package, and we get home and I realized we have figs. So we are going to try and make some fig Newtons. Let's get started. Okay, to get started, in this bowl I have 3/4 cup of white flour and 1/2 cup of wheat flour. Sorry, everything's being loud, making noise. And to that I need to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This has the measurements, like the lines on it. So I have teaspoon and tablespoon on this. Okay, let me see here. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. I will put this recipe down below. I was looking, like trying to research, because I've never made these before. And I kept finding, everywhere I looked, it was just this one basic recipe with a few variations. And none of them had credit on where they had found the recipe, or some people said, oh, we've been making this for years in our family. So I don't know who to give credit to, but I will post the recipe down below. But yeah, I wanted to say that. Now, I forgot to get my cinnamon out. Give me just a minute. I gotta get some. All right, I've got cinnamon. I need 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. In it goes. All right, I just want to kind of give this a little whisk together, and then we're going to set this to the side. Now in my stand mixer here, move this out of the way. I need let's see here. Sorry, I didn't have this all set up. So I need 1/8 of a cup of brown sugar. 1/8 of a cup, and then 1/8 of a cup of granulated sugar. Okay, get that out of the way. Five tablespoons of room softened butter. Mine's really soft, so it looks a little funny here. Okay, 5 tablespoons. In she goes. And I need 1 egg. One whole egg, no shell. Come on. Detach. There you go. That one was a little slimy. Wipe my fingers here. Now, I did zest my oranges earlier. I need a teaspoon of orange zest. And a tablespoon of my orange juice. And we are going to use the rest of this zest and juice when we make the filling. All right, so now I want to get this all combined really quick before we start adding our dry ingredients. Come on. There. I forgot we needed a splash of vanilla. Calls for a teaspoon. Measure with your heart. All right, let's get this whipping up. Okay, now we're going to slowly start adding in our dry ingredients. A little at a time. right. Now we are going to have to chill this dough for at least an hour. It's a very sticky dough, but it smells pretty good. Get this beater cleaned off here. All right, I got my beater all cleaned off here. It's kind of on the side of the bowl. So now what I need to do is I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper. If you crumple it up, it stays better. Okay, now I'm just gonna take all of my dough and put it on the parchment paper here. Make sure you get all of this out. Thought my bowl was going to fall into the sink there. All right. This little bit here. And I just want to kind of, it's like I said, a very sticky dough, but I just want to kind of form it into a rectangle so it will at least have that shape when I go to roll the dough out later. All right, here's my dough. We're just gonna wrap it up, and then I'm gonna place this in the fridge, and we will be back after an hour when it's had time to chill. Now that my dough is chilling, we're gonna get started making a filling. I've never actually tried fig before other than in the Fig Newtons, so it's just a little piece. I'm just gonna take a little piece here. Kind of like a raisin, but not, I don't know. It's fig. It tastes like fig. Sorry, that was loud. I need a cup of my figs. It's just a bag of fig meats. Like, they're dried and they've got a slightly sweet seasoning to them. So, if you were getting these and they were dehydrated, you would want to put your liquid in and cook them down on the stove. I did see that, but since these are not dry, these are soft and squishy. They said to go ahead. Oh, I'm just looking at the back of that. And just do this. Normally you do it in a food processor, but I'm using my blender. So I've got 1 cup of fig pieces, and then I need my other teaspoon of orange zest. Like I said, if you had the dried fig, dehydrated fig, you would mix all of this in a pot and cook it on the stove for a few minutes. Orange zest, 2 tablespoons of orange juice. I've got just a little bit left in case we need it. And then a tablespoon of honey. I get my honey off of a local family. It's delicious. I might put a little extra in there because, you know, I like honey. All that honey in there. There we go. Honey's good. It's delicious. It's good for you. All right. So now I'm going to get this all blended up. This took a little bit. I think if I had a food processor, it would have been faster. Or maybe next time I'll just kind of chop the figs up before I put them in here. But you just want to try and turn them into kind of a paste. And I know this isn't as smooth as I would like it, but that's okay. This will work. Just gonna get this all cleaned out here. Okay. I was trying not to let that clink too loudly. Most of it's in a paste. There's just a few bigger pieces. Like I said, I think if I had a food processor, it would have did a better job than my poor old blender. But I have a blender and I'm thankful for it. So that's what I used. You get the fig flavor, but then you get a little bit of the honey and the orange coming through. This is good. This is real good. I could eat that with a spoon. All right, I'm going to get this covered, let my dough finish chilling, and then we'll come back to assemble our noodles. My dough has chilled. Sorry for the background noise. There's just a lot going on right now. I've got my oven preheating to 350, baking sheet with parchment paper on it. And I need my rolling pin. I forgot to grab that. Grab my rolling pin here. Got to clear a little bit of space. See, I can handle the dough a lot easier. But I think I need to put a little flour down. I'm going to try and roll this out and keep it in a rectangle. I don't want it too thick, but I don't want it too thin either. You might need to keep sprinkling just a little flour as you go. Because like I said, this is a very sticky dough. Although it does smell very good. I probably should have picked it up in between rolls here. I might have to start over. Okay. It's the beauty of baking and trying a new recipe. You gotta learn what works best. I know I don't want any big cracks in it. Maybe I should have let the dough warm up just a tiny bit. I'm not sure. I'm going to try turning it after I roll it each time. Maybe that'll help a little bit. That's just pulling. It's a little thicker down here. Yeah. Oops. Let me see if I can patch this back together. That wasn't supposed to happen. But things happen, so I'll just carefully patch that back together. Okay. That feels pretty good. does feel pretty good. I just don't want to tear the dough all to pieces. Although I might have just done a little damage, I'm not sure. I'm going to gently press together any cracks here on my dough. And right there. And put a little flour. This one corner here is trying to be a little tricky. So, now they say you can take your bench scraper and trim up your edges, but they're going to be tucked inside, so I'm not really worried about that. Although I do want to divide this down the middle like that. Okay, slide that out of the way. Now we've got to take our fig filling here. This is a sticky part. Because you want to take your fig filling and kind of make a center like stripe. Press it down here. But you need to divide this filling between your two pieces of dough. So make sure you don't use all of it on one of the bars. Okay. All right. So just kind of press it into a slightly rectangle shaped log all the way out from end to end. Okay. All right, there's that. Yeah. Wipe a little excess off of my fingers. I am going to take just a little bit of the end off here to make it, the end of it, a little bit more uniformed. Okay, so this is the tricky part. Let me see if I can move my camera so you can see what I'm doing. Hold on. Okay, so now comes this part where you want to fold your dough over. And then, let's see. It said take your rolling pin and gently roll your fig Newton bars. Just to kind of help seal the seams. Excuse my son in there making noise and being rude. Now we are going to cut our Newtons into pieces. Oh, look. That.
Can I help?
Let me get these done. You go wash your hands real quick. You need to finish your school. I will let you taste them for me though. So I'm just going to cut these up and I'm going to place them on my baking sheet. You want to bake them for 15 to 20 minutes, but halfway through your bake, you're going to want to flip them over. So I am going to bake these about 7 minutes, and then I will turn them over and then put them back in and just keep an eye on them to see if they need, you know, like the more than 15 minutes, if that makes sense. Okay, all right, I've got my other pastry here. See, that edge is rolled out. I'm gonna take my filling and just start putting it on here. I think I would have preferred a little extra filling to put in here. That's okay. Next time I'll just make like, maybe do a cup and a half of the fig and just adjust my recipe to that, because I do like a good bit of fig in my Newtons. Okay, let's get this kind of evened out and worked over here. Take a little bit, put down here. I want a little more on this end. Alright. Now we're going to roll this one up just like I did the last one. Pull your dough over, pressing it down in. Like I said, I'm not worried about this raw edge being perfectly straight, but this edge, because it is going to be showing. Now, press it down in real quick. Give it a quick little roll here. Just to make sure it's all sealed. Now turn it over. And again, cut our little fig pieces. I need to rearrange my okay. I just had to rearrange my baking sheet so I can get all of these on there. All right, these are going to go in the oven for 7.5 minutes. These have been in for 15 minutes, so we're going to check and see how they're doing. Oh yeah, I think these are perfect. They smell absolutely amazing. And they're, oh, didn't even hit the camera. They're to the top. Okay, I'm gonna place these on a cooling rack because I think they've been in there long enough. Like the dough is dried out. It said to do it till the dough, that's hot. The dough was dried out and they were just starting to get a little bit of color on the bottom. Look at that. Doesn't that look? Oh, I just want to bite into it, but I gotta let them cool. And they are hot. I don't want to burn my fingers. These, they look amazing. Like I said, look at that dough to fig ratio. Okay, I think, I don't know, some of them got a little bit browner than others. I know, my oven, we fight. We fight. I use her daily, but we fight. So I think next time I will try for 13 minutes and then just keep checking them at the 13-minute mark. But I can't wait to try these. So I'm going to let these cool to room temperature before we dig in. Stay tuned. I think when I make these next time, I will only bake them, I'll start checking them at 12 minutes. These baked for 15 and it was just maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes too long. So the cookie's not as soft as I would like for it to be. But let's give them a taste. These are really good. I wish the cookie was just a little bit softer, but this is good. This actually, I like the filling a little bit better than the ones you buy in the store. And if you want them a little sweeter, you can add more honey or more sugar. But I think this is the perfect ratio of sweetness for the filling and the cookie. These are delicious. I'm going to have to be careful because I'll eat the whole thing. Thank you for joining me today, and happy baking!